From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
The national attention has been drawn to a huge show of Hindu unity and solidarity in Mandya in Karnataka, and the significance of this show of unity is that this happens after the attack on the Ganesh Chaturthi celebrations and the Ganesh idol by Hindu devotees on the day of the immersion a few days back. Ladies and gentlemen, we all saw what had happened. There had been terrible attacks on September 7th as the Ganesh immersion procession was going on. And this has become such a often repeated visual that across India, Hindus have begun to ask, how long will we remain subjects of attack, and why are Hindu festivities and celebrations being targeted by certain groups, especially Muslim groups? Ladies and gentlemen, in response today, I'd like to show you visuals of the thousands and thousands and thousands of people who turned up in Mandya today. Today's visuals, ladies and gentlemen. It's been an unprecedented show of unity, ladies and gentlemen. By Hindu groups in Mandya, we can show the unpackaged full-frame visuals, please, producers. The tens of thousands of Hindus who gathered in Mandya today, the show of strength of the Hindus in Mandya, happens in the aftermath of the Dharmasthala hoax, where there were attempts to target a Hindu religious center, and also following the violence that happened during the Ganesh Visarjan procession. In a way, the patience of Hindus across Karnataka and across India has been tested. Ladies and gentlemen, of late, there have been repeated attacks on Hindu processions and Hindu festivities. I've told you about what happened in Mandya on the 7th of September. We saw the Gudi Padwa procession, which was targeted in Mumbai on the 30th of March this year. On the 25th of March in Hazaribagh in Jharkhand, there was stone pelting at the Mangla procession as it crossed the Jama Masjid Chowk. Each year, these Hindu processions are taken out ahead of Ram Navami. This time, there was stone pelting during that procession. Ladies and gentlemen, we saw what happened in Park Circus in Kolkata, where Hindu devotees who were participating in a Ram Navami procession were attacked and their vehicles were vandalized. I'm not making all of these things up. The reality is, all the people who said minorities are in danger in India are not speaking when Hindus are being targeted most violently across India. And we also remember how a group of people peacefully celebrating the Indian victory at the ICC Champions Trophy, waving the tricolour, were attacked when they passed the Jama Masjid area in Mao. We heard the visuals, we heard the abuse. Today's unity rally that has happened in Mandya, in that sense, is a big message. It shows that Hindus are no longer willing to be silent victims of repeated and targeted attacks on their faith, festivities, and identity. It shows that no matter how many Hindu processions are attacked, the unity of Sanatan Dharma cannot be crushed. And it shows that every attack has only one outcome: a stronger, louder, and unbreakable Hindu resolve. Ladies and gentlemen, the reality is this. We can discuss this whichever way you want. There are people who are scared of Hindu unity. We remember what Mamta Banerjee had said. She called the Mahakumbh a Mrityu Kumbh. She called the Mahakumbh a Mrityu Kumbh, and she will never be forgiven for it. We remember what Akhilesh Yadav said. He said there is no such thing as a Mahakumbh. The name was coined so the government could earn some money. We remember what Lalu Prasad said. He said the Kumbh is useless. We remember what Mallikarjun Kharge said. Taking a dip in the holy Ganga does not eradicate poverty. And every time we are told, be patient, be patient. You are Hindus. You must be patient. You will be abused. You will be slapped. You must show the other cheek. Ladies and gentlemen, we remember what Mamata Banerjee said. If we get united, they will lose their chair. We remember what Asaduddin Owaisi has said. Muslims in UP must strengthen their leadership. When Farooq Abdullah said Muslims must unite for survival, he was talking about political unity. And yet, if anyone talks about Hindu unity, it is seen to be a threat for all. Ladies and gentlemen, Lalu Prasad said there must be full and complete reservation for the Muslim community. And yet, when there are such violent and repeated pattern of attacks on the Hindu community, all these leaders will look the other way. Which is why I will end once again by showing you the visuals of the unity that the Hindu community has shown in Mandya in Karnataka. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not one moment. I believe this is a revival of a calm, confident and assertive Hindu pride, which can never be intimidated by violence or threats. Let's debate.
Joyous chants, flurry of flags, and a sea of devotion. This is how the residents of Mandya resolutely replied to the sense of fear some elements of society attempted to impart in the district of Karnataka just 48 hours ago. For the last 2 years, Ganesh Visarjan in Mandya has been targeted with violence. In 2024, in Nagamangala, clashes broke out when a Visarjan procession passed near a mosque. This year, the town was Madur, but the script was exactly the same.
मुझे लगता है आइसोलेटेड इंसिडेंट नहीं है, उसके पीछे साजिश है। टेस्ट डोज के जैसे टेस्ट किया है मद्दूर में। क्या करता है, हम लोगों को पत्थर से मारा है, रिएक्शन क्या आता है, ऐसा टेस्ट किया है।
Our local Hindus, they are not allowed to take procession before the masjid. What's happening in Karnataka? And there is a complete failure on the part of the police department. Also, intelligence failure is there.
While the outrage was high amongst the community members on Monday, they were subjected to lathi charge instead by the state administration under Congress. In response, today the Hindu community in Mandya showed its biggest counter strength with a mega Visarjan Yatra carried out in a peaceful manner with over 20,000 devotees on the streets. The public sentiment on the ground is in solidarity with the Hindus.
इधर 3 दिन के पहले एक गणेश प्रोसेशन चल रहा था, उसके ऊपर एक अनऑथराइज्ड कंस्ट्रक्टेड मस्जिद से कुछ लोगों ने पत्थर फेंक दिया। इसके विरुद्ध में आज मद्दूर में कल 3 दिन से यहाँ बंद चल रहा है। आज इतना बड़ा शोभा यात्रा किया कि लोगों का आक्रोश सरकार का विरुद्ध होगा।
The message is loud and clear. To the miscreants, Hindus will not be dissuaded from celebrating their own festivals. To politicians, the time for Hindus to unite has come.
And a few days back, I had said on my program that if 80% plus of the population of this country were to come together, what would happen? And we have seen the visuals today. The thing is that there has been an assumption in this country that Hindus should be slapped, attacked, and Hindus must be broken and divided. And one group of Hindus must say, the essential characteristic of Hindus is to be non-violent. There was no violence today, Rahul Ishwar, but it was a reminder. It was a reminder and a show of strength that don't forget the size, solidarity, patience, calm, reason, unity of the Hindu community. This show of strength, in fact, these are only some visuals that we saw from Karnataka today, have gone viral across India. And there is clearly a message being sent here. What is the message? Surabhi Hodigere, my first speaker today, is from the BJP and a well-known panelist and columnist activist from Bengaluru. Surabhi, what is the message here that came from Mandya today? Why has this show of unity become essential?
The people of Mandya, the people of Old Mysore region, the people of Karnataka are tired of having such incidents repeat again after again after again. Nagamangala was on fire last year. Small businesses burned, petrol bombs coming in from everywhere. This was the situation. And for something like this to happen again during Ganesh Chaturthi, Arnab, I have been following this incident very closely, especially the women who have come out and spoken after this incident, saying that we are not allowed to walk in front of the masjid. Loud music should not be played during Ganesh Visarjan. We are being told which roads to use, which roads not to go in. And there is also, a sort of casual acceptance from the other side saying, why should you have Ganesh Visarjan procession during the time of Azan? This is the conversation happening. Today's rally, and not just, this was a pot brimming. It was going to overflow at any point in time. Today's show of strength is something that we should all look at very closely, because people are tired of being told that they cannot celebrate their festivals on the streets, being silenced because the festival does not go in the likes of other people in the community. This overflowing on the streets is the show of strength of the Hindu community in Old Mysore region, saying enough is enough. That is what these visuals show us today. It is incredibly strong. And mind you, women have come out strongly on the streets because a woman police officer was injured. Multiple women were lathi charged. It was not, the police action was not towards those miscreants who threw these big stones, huge stones. No, it was against the people who came out and protested against that. The government action, the state action was against the reaction, not against the action. That kind of, and sorry, just the one last point I want to make. Here in Karnataka, the Congress government let go of 60 criminal cases very recently, including cases against stone pelters in Chittapur. So there is this understanding that the government is soft against a particular community, a community that they have called brothers openly when it came to the Cooper blast here in Karnataka. This kind of state support, implicit state support that's being given, that is the reason Hindus are angry today. That is the reason they are.
And as we see these visuals, I want to run them full frame again. Viewers, please remember what we are seeing here is a deliberate show of strength by the Hindu community. There is no subtlety about it. There is no attempt at saying, oh, we are just trying to be an NGO. This is not NGO. This is Hindus coming out, over 100,000 Hindus in this case. If there are 10 or 20 miscreants or people who throw stones who think, ho jayega, nikal jayega, dara denge, this is 1 lakh Hindus who have come out and said, don't forget our numbers, don't forget our strength. We are coming back with saffron flags. We are coming back with Sanatan flags. Listen to this. This is a country where 80% plus are Hindus. You will not throw stones at Hindu gods, Vivek, and think you will get away with it. And today all the miscreants ran like cowards inside. No. Once the numbers came out, and this Hindu show of strength, this show of strength of the Hindu community has become necessary, argues Surabhi. Surabhi is arguing, Vivek, on the right, that this show of strength has become necessary, not just in Mandya, but across the country. Yes, Vivek. Show him. No, I can't hear him.
The way you are justifying this, it is going to lead to communal problems.
And what am I justifying?
What communal problems?
What communal problems?
What communal problems? There's already a communal problem. If one
What communal problems? Hindus come out to celebrate and protest peacefully. What communal problem?
There is no communal problem.
What communal problem?
You are instigating the majority on the...
1 minute. This statement, this show of strength of Hindu unity has become necessary because of the continuous targeting of the Hindu community. I want Rahul Ishwar to come in.
Hindus are in
One
majority,
point,
so nobody
Abhijit.
can target
Non-violent show of strength is allowed in democracy, and Hindu
Non-violent
community
show of
should be
strength
proud.
allowed in a democracy, yes.
Hindu community should be proud of this, and especially this September is very important. 93 years back, it was a great Hindu unity that saved the life of Mahatma Gandhi, and he went on a fast, and he said, "I will die, but I will not let Hindus be divided." Vivekananda believed in Hindu unity. Mahatma Gandhi believed in Hindu unity. Our reformers and many freedom people.
Louder for Rahul Ishwar audio.
Oh, no, why not? Please remember, it was Mahatma Gandhi and Vivekananda who believed in Hindu unity and said Hindu unity is necessary. What is so wrong in it? Please remember, as Arnabji rightly said, non-violent, peaceful, yet strong.
Atikur
That's
Rahman.
the mantra that we should have.
What we have seen here, Atikur Rahman, I draw your attention to this very interesting view. You see, Sushil Pandit is there. He's a well-known Hindu voice. And you know, Atik, 5-10 years back, if I would have said Hindu voice, you would have said, oh, communal? No. Today we say he's a proud Hindu voice. He says, I say with pride, I am a Hindu. He's talking about his Hindu pride, his Hindu civilizational ethos in which the history of this country is seeped and born of. Sanatan Dharma. And today what we saw is an incredible show of strength. And a totally peaceful one, Sushil. 100,000 people, I think, I don't know the numbers. And Sanatan flags. Hindu flags raised by a Hindu crowd as a show of Hindu presence and Hindu strength.
I agree with you, Arnab. And this is the outcome of a seed sown by none other than Bal Gangadhar Tilak in 1893. In 1893, he called upon Hindus to celebrate Ganeshotsav as a community together out in the open, as an assertion of their freedom and their right to observe their cultural celebrations in all festivity, without an apology, without any fear, without any shame, because the colonial rulers and before that, the invaders had instilled so much fear, had humiliated so thoroughly the population, the natives of this country, that most of our festivals and observations and worship had gone indoors. We have today reclaimed that space for ourselves. And this pattern of stone pelting on our processions, on our festivals, is nauseatingly similar across India. Arnab, in Delhi, in North, in UP, in Bihar, in Bengal, you name a place and I'll tell you where these processions are stoned, are obstructed. There is a challenge thrown to us every time there is a Ram Navami procession, there is a Ganeshotsav procession, there is Durga Puja, on one pretext or the other, a violence is unleashed. People are targeted, Utsav Murtis are destroyed, and there is humiliation. The only way, of course, we have state to look up to uphold law and order, state to look up to for protection. That is why we peaceful, civilized citizens pay taxes and are loyal to our state. They have to provide protection. They have to go after the culprits and give them exemplary punishments so that there is an example set and nobody dares do this.
Show of strength.
But today Hindus have to come out in strength in order to assert their freedom. When government retreats, when the leaders hide and they go deaf, dumb and mute, it is Hindus who have to go out and assert their right to celebrate their festivals and observe their culture. This is the sorry state we are in. And the state government in Karnataka is beholden to its vote bank. They owe their power to this organized mobilization of the vote bank in the last elections. And therefore, they will dare not act against this vote bank and their adventures. Hindus must remember this. Next election, they have to correct this mistake. And Hindus across the country must observe this as a warning as to what lies in store if they politically become stupid and go astray. This is what is in store if Hindus do not pay attention to their future, their own culture, their own rights, and their own spaces. Arnab, this is a writing on the wall. Madhur is an example. And no amount of sophistry and prevarication, no amount of lies from the likes of Vivek Srivastava are going to cut much ice. When he says you are instigating, he is actually warning you that there will be riots if you go back and claim your space. He is actually issuing you a threat that if you assert your freedom to observe your festivals, freedom to celebrate in the open, there is consequence waiting for you. That is also threatening.
I wish to once again make a point on the visuals that we are seeing tonight. Some people concerned, many people happy, some people excited, and some people worried. But I would say there is nothing to worry because you can see saffron, 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 saffron as far as the eye can see. Such a huge show of strength. And people asking tonight, Atik, why is there a need for Hindus to show how strong they are in terms of numbers? It's a question which is rightfully asked. There are 80% plus Hindus, but why should Hindus come together? Why should Hindus be united? Why should Hindus emerge in such a way? The only reason, Atik, is to counter the violence that we are seeing towards the Hindu community. I congratulate the members of the Hindu community through their large show of strength today, which was completely non-violent, because this is the disciplined nature of Hinduism, of the great Sanatan Dharma, built on the foundations of peace through strength. Peace through strength. Peace through strength. Atikur Rahman. Huge crowds that happen in Mandya, but being watched across the country by people saying, Hindu unity is the need of the hour. We must counter peacefully these attempts to target Hindu processions, Hindu gods, stone Hindu idols, and try and get away with it in the name of secularism. Atikur Rahman, you're seeing the visuals there. We are all seeing the visuals out there, and the visuals Arnab, and their importance have not been lost on anyone, including Rashmi Sawant, who I'll place on the left. Yes, Atikur Rahman.
I have, Arnab, always felt so pride looking at the unity in the Hindu community. What you are mentioning, the 80% Hindu unity, minus 1% of RSS BJP, they are the troublemakers. Since my childhood, we in Mumbai have celebrated Ganesh Chaturthi with pride, with Hindu-Muslim unity, and I, along with my father, was in the forefront on the sofas of the Ganesh Chaturthi Aartis. We have celebrated that unity, and we feel pride in the unity of the Hindus.
When is the last time you celebrated Ganesh Chaturthi? When is the last time you, as a practicing Muslim, have celebrated Ganesh Chaturthi?
Always.
When is the last time? Not always. When is the last time? When is the last time? When is the last time? Atik, answer the question. When was the last time?
Big question mark.
When was the last time?
When
was the last time you, as a practicing Muslim, celebrated Ganesh Chaturthi, may I ask?
2013.
So after Modi came to power, Rashmi stopped celebrating Ganesh Chaturthi in protest against the BJP's ascent to power. Now who's making religion political? What an expose here tonight by this Zakir Naik supporter.
Arnab, absolutely. I think the attempt to communalize...
Because Modi became Prime Minister, I have become anti-Hindu. He says.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They're using religion as a tool to protest political power. And I think it's absolutely unfair upon Hindus. If you see the Hindu community as fellow brethren, then why are anti-Hindu statements necessary to protest a sitting government? Why is it necessary for Udayanidi's talent to call Sanatan Dharma and compare it to a disease? Why are you trying to vilify an entire community just because you hate a political party and a political leader? Why are you resorting to justifying violence against Hindu community just because you hate Modi?
And communal harmony
in the Indian
people. And we are united against
the fight disturbing communal harmony? It is Karnataka government releasing thousands of STPI, PFI activists who were under trial for pelting stones and creating communal disharmony that is a threat to this country's cohesion between the two communities. That's the threat. You should be questioning that. Why are criminals being let go of without a proper trial? You're not questioning that. Instead, you choose to vilify the religion and call it communal just because you hate a religious leader.
Against all communal forces.
One question to Attikur sir.
We are united
Yes,
against all communal
Attikur
forces.
sir, just one question to you. See, I don't belong to RSS or BJP, but this singling out of them is something questionable. Why do you hate RSS and BJP when Mohan Bhagwat-ji and Modi-ji has been consistently towing a center-right or a middle path line or a Gandhian line? They have been in forefront of launching Hindu-Muslim unity kind of initiatives, and Modi-ji and Mohan Bhagwat-ji, two top leaders of India, they have been consistent in reaching out to Muslim community. Why do you want to single them out?
No, 1 minute. Atik, may I?
May I answer now?
Atik, 1 minute. Atik, one minute. Vivek and Atik, just take a break. I go to Mujabir and Shoaib Hussain Chaudhary. You see, the feeling has been, Mujabir, and this is where you people like you got it wrong. You thought we will use caste and division to divide Hindus. The greatness in terms of history, civilizational background, the intellectual depth, the size of the Hindu community and its traditions should have been evident when record numbers of people went to Sanatan. And I said on that moment, a great Hindu revival has happened in our country. And Hindu revivalism is a good thing, because when Hindus revive faith and pride in their civilizational ethos, the country will become greater. But there was a feeling among some people, Mujabir, that you need to keep hitting Hindus and they will back off. So RSS volunteers are attacked while distributing kheer in Jaipur on the occasion of Sharad Purnima. When RSS volunteers distribute kheer on the occasion of Sharad Purnima, they are brutally attacked. Hindus are celebrating the consecration of the Bhavya Ram Mandir. They are attacked with sticks and stones in Mira Road in Mumbai. Ram Navami procession targeted in Murshidabad in West Bengal, Hindus forced to flee. Ram Navami procession, stone-pelting in Vadodara, BJP in power. Shopkeeper attacked in Karnataka. Why? For playing Hanuman Chalisa. Every day, every year, Ganesh pandals and Ganesh idols get hit. And then the feeling is, Mujabir, that you keep hitting Hindus, they will get used to being hit. There may be 80-85% population of the country, but give Hindus a repeated attack and then say, you are Hindus. You must be patient. You must be calm. You must show the other cheek. This is what your religion teaches you. You are not a true Hindu if you are not tolerant. Let others be intolerant. You should be tolerant. But now you see, Mujabir, this show of strength, I'm telling you, may happen everywhere. After all, we have seen our Ganesh idols targeted in Ratlam, Madhya Pradesh. Do you know how a Hindu feels when he sees the Ganesh idol being stoned? Do you have any sense? Any empathy? You target a Ganesh idol in Mandya, you think you target a Ganesh idol in Surat, in Kutch, in Lucknow, you pelt stones at a Ganesh Puja Mandal. You think that all these visuals Hindus across India are not seeing? Mujabir? I actually was not surprised that so many Hindu flags came out today, because somewhere Hindus are saying we cannot afford to be hit so much anymore. Mujabir, you must join the crusade to stop the attacks on Hindus. Join the right
you
side.
You are concerned about Hindu unity and...
I'm not concerned. I'm talking about Hindu unity.
Concerned about national unity. This is the difference between the agenda.
No. Why you want Hindus to be divided and the country to be united? 1 minute. Rahul Ishwar, I don't understand that.
You asked me something, let me finish.
India will be united if Hindus are divided.
Hold on, sir. Why are they antithetical? Can't there be a Hindu unity and Indian unity?
At least give me 2 minutes.
Can't they coexist? Why is Hindu unity against Indian unity, and why should Indian unity be against Hindu unity? Hindu is the majority. We are the largest Hindu majority nation in the world. 100 plus crore or 110 crore Hindus are there.
So
without Hindu unity, how can there be national unity?
Unity is not needed. Hindu unity is not
You
needed.
want to
One. I get only two on air, please. Rahul
Muslim
Ishwar
places,
and
you want to
Mojabir are the
insult
only
Islamic
two protagonists at
culture,
this stage of
you
the
want to
debate. Half
insult
past eight.
Islamic
Just one question. I'll withdraw after that. It's your time.
No. Mojabir is taking objection. Mojabir ji, Rahul Ishwar has taken objection. Rahul Ishwar has taken objection, Mojabir ji, to what you said.
Every Muslim in
Just one
India.
question. Without
Tell
Hindu
me,
unity, how
what
can
if
there
you are
be
in
Indian
majority?
unity?
Do you want to
Because
kill us?
out of 140, when nearly 120 crores are Hindus, without Hindus being united, how can there be national unity? Hindu unity is a prerequisite for Indian unity.
What do we do? What do you want to do if you are in majority? You are nothing but some people who are sponsored by BJP. In every communal disturbance, there are the people who are workers.
My simple question is this: without Hindu unity, how can there be Indian unity? Because 120 crores out of 140 crores is Hindus. Unless there is Hindu unity, how can there be national unity? And they both are complementary. Please remember, just I will finish in one line. Hindu unity and Indian unity are complementary, not contradictory.
Stone-pelting and create a communal problem in everywhere.
That was the line of Mahatma Gandhi. That was the line of all the great people we had in our nation. Hindu unity and Indian unity are complementary. They are not contradictory.
Divide and rule. That's it. That's why you do not talk about national unity. Because your agenda is divide and rule.
Who is dividing?
Your agenda is divide and rule.
Hindu unity is a prerequisite for Indian unity.
No, for me, it's a national unity. And Indian people are understanding it, and BJP is the last term of BJP in India. Because people are collecting for national unity, national
unity demands Hindu unity because Hindus are the majority. We are the largest Hindu majority nation in the world, where 1 billion plus Hindus are there. If there is disunity among Hindus, how can there be national unity?
One minute. This is now very interesting here.
And national security.
Okay, Mojabir, may I ask you? Mojabir on the left, please. Me on the left and Mojabir on the right. Mojabir, I'm asking you something. Mojabir, don't keep saying.
Creating this operation of communal disharmony everywhere across the country.
Okay, just 1 minute. Rahul, pull back. Mojabir.
You are exposed before the nation.
Mojabir, I'll tell you, I'll make a prediction to you and through you to this kind of thought. You must understand one thing clearly and get it clear in your mind. That over 100 crore Hindus are there in India. 80% of the population of India is Hindus. First, understand that. Accept it. Come to terms with it.
You cannot kill me, Arnab, even if you are 100 crores. You cannot do mob lynching of Muslims.
No, there is. Was there mob lynching today?
No,
was there any mob lynching today, Surabhi and Sushil? Was there any mob lynching today? It was a peaceful show of strength.
100 crore. No, Indian law will not allow you, and Indian Hindus will not allow you. I am sure Indian Hindus will not allow you to genocide Muslims in India.
Where was the genocide?
Please don't put out these random, clickbaity words and talk about Hindus in this way. Please don't. For your own kind information, before you go against the RSS and the BJP, I want to ask you one question. In Maddur, in Mandya region, do you know which is the party that has the most number of MLAs? Do you know the presence of the BJP there? Nil. No. Non-existent. And then you say BJP, the supporters that are on the ground today are Congress voters. Please don't try to divide us between parties. Please, you have zero understanding of what's happening on ground.
Behind the communal violence are BJP workers.
Is that there is a mockery of idol worship. We see this again and again. There is a video going around on social media of two young kids.
BJP and RSS. Soon you will find it. Soon you will find it. Just wait and watch.
Brainwashed to hate idol worship. That is the reality. When you say that there is 1% bad Hindus in the entire community, talk
divide, to create hatred, to create communal disharmony across the country.
All we need to hear you say today is that stone-pelting against idols is wrong. We live in a country where freedom of
nobody did stone-pelting. Nobody did stone-pelting other than the BJP and the RSS workers. They all were RSS and BJP workers.
You want to talk about the problem and the solution? Have the guts to talk about the actual problem.
Okay, I'll place a few facts here, Sushil, for people who find it difficult to understand how large, wide, and ancient the Hindu civilization is. 1 minute. Surabhi, Just a few facts.
It's not
I don't
an
want to
ancient-
irritate. I
it's
don't want to
not an
irritate
ancient,
him.
it's a new
But
type
Mujabir
of
Rahman must know a few
water
facts here
water
today.
bodies.
1 minute.
It's not
As I show
an
that show of
ancient
strength,
practice.
ladies and
It's not
gentlemen,
an essential
and it is not
religious
threatening
practice,
anyone.
It's a criminal
If the Hindu
act
community has come out to show its numerical strength and done it peacefully, one should be incredibly proud. After all, there were people who used to throw stones at the Hindus and say, where are the Hindus? Who can defend them? After all, we remember the words of Asaduddin Owaisi. What did Asaduddin Owaisi say, Sushil? He said, who will protect Hindus when Yogi and Modi are not in power? उन्होंने क्या कहा था? उन्होंने कहा था, हम मुसलमान वक्त के चलते खामोश हैं. हम मुसलमान वक्त के चलते खामोश हैं. हम याद रखेंगे, हालात बदलेंगे. तब तुमको कौन बचाने आएगा? जब योगी मठ में चले जाएंगे और मोदी पहाड़ों में चले जाएंगे, तब आपको कौन बचाएगा? I remember the exact words. हिंदुओं को किसी को बचाने की जरूरत नहीं है. This is a 5,000-year-old civilization with 1.3 to 1.4 billion people in this planet, with 1 million holy Hindu temples across the country. One of the oldest Hindu religions of the world. इसको किसी की बचाने की जरूरत नहीं है. मगर अगर कोई भूल जाए कि हिंदू कितने हैं, कितनी आबादी है और कितनी उनकी गहरी सोच है, तो याद दिलाना भी जरूरी हो जाता है. So my question right now is to Sushil Pandit and Shoaib Hussain Chaudhary. Shoaib, this peaceful show of strength should be a message that we must not always keep targeting Hindus and think that if Hindu gods are targeted, attacked, stoned and abused, then everybody will remain quiet and take it as one aspect of fake secularism. It's not going to happen, right? It cannot happen in this country. We must remember a few facts which will never change in this country. Anti-Hindu violence has to stop now.
Yes.
It has to stop now. That's the clear message.
We have to bear one thing in mind. Logic and reason works with those who believe in logic and reason. Those who believe in force, those who believe in strength, those who believe in unleashing violence in order to have their way, they need to be shown strength because they respect only force and strength. We haven't till date learned this lesson adequately. We keep resorting to logic and reason. We keep resorting to peaceful overtures. We have to
let him finish first.
Because the violence unleashed by organized and mobilized mobs has had its way very often in India.
Yes.
And unfortunately, even governments of the day have succumbed to their pressure. The street power, the stone-pelting power, the violence, the riots. It is about time we showed that this is going to be counterproductive. It is going to hurt. It is going to actually take consequences from those who unleash it. So it is about time there is show of strength in order to deter.
The analysis
deterrence.
Tonight is precisely that.
Deterrence.
What led to the show of strength? Why did the show of strength in Mandya become so necessary? And not that I'm linking unlinked things, but we know the slur campaign on Dharmasthala that was going on over the last 2 months with Al Jazeera running a campaign along with some sold-out websites to attack a Hindu religious center. We know what people said when they said Hinduism is dirty. A Congress leader said Hinduism is the term Hindu is dirty and an insult in itself. A Hindu leader defamed the Gita. Mamta Banerjee indicated that Hindus will engage in a riot on Ram Navami. Sushil Kumar Shinde spoke about Hindu terrorism. Chidambaram spoke about saffron terror. This will not happen and be tolerated anymore.
Tonight, and you should allow me to
Shoaib.
come on to it. And
Shoaib,
okay,
the stone-pelting culture has to stop. The stone-pelting culture has to stop.
Arnab, being a victim of communal riots myself in my school days, I've seen multiple communal riots, and I can say for sure that there's always a political party to benefit out of every communal clash. And by allowing you to run this debate, which can be clearly interpreted as a call for genocide.
Where is the
running a call for
peaceful
genocide
protest
tonight.
which is
It
going on?
Allow me to finish.
A peaceful
Allow me to
protest
finish.
which is going
Allow
on.
me to finish.
A peaceful
You are
protest
running a
by
debate
people who are
which
only
clear
waving
call for
flags.
genocide.
Rahul
Allow me
Ishwar
to
is
run
there.
this.
I
It is
think
very
in
evident.
a
It is
democracy,
very evident
peaceful
which
protests are
political
allowed,
party is
and it
going
is
to
very
benefit.
wrong.
What
If
do you
people
mean
cannot
by
protest when there
unity?
is violence against
There
them.
are no Muslims.
Arnab, let this be very clear that G word cannot be used by any panelist. I'm so sorry. I respect him as a
These words
person.
cannot be word used.
That G word cannot be used. I am a person who vouches for Hindu-Muslim unity. I am a regular with Muslim functions. I am a Gandhian. But please remember, G word is very bad. See, please remember the mind of a Muslim young boy who listens to our debate. That G word should not be used. That's a very bad word. Hindu unity is peaceful strength, peace through strength, like Arnabji said, non-violent, peaceful. Vivekananda, Mahatma Gandhi, all our freedom fighters believed in it. What is the issue with Hindu unity? And please don't use D word. It is very bad. It is very offensive. You are unnecessarily pouring fire into the hearts of our young Muslims. Please don't use such words.
I think there must be a call for peace, and the most important thing is this: peace through strength. The question is this: the Hindu community is extremely hurt today. And people are feeling from Bareilly to West Bengal to Varanasi to Jalesar to the Aligarh Muslim University campus to Gaya to Patna to Unnao. How much more attacks are Hindus supposed to watch and say, it's all right?
Why their children are not being admitted to good schools? Why
Who is not admitting whom to schools?
Sir, please do not forget the context in which this has happened. It's great to put out some catchphrases. Do not forget the context in which this has happened. Throughout your entire debate, Arnab, I have not heard a condemnation of the violence. Why has there been no condemnation? All you have to say is stone pelting on Ganesha Vigraha is wrong. It has happened again and again in parts of Karnataka and parts of India. Literally, all you have to say, that action of throwing a stone on an idol to mock a community, to hurt a community is wrong. I dare one of your panelists to say that stone pelters don't do it.
We have seen this many times. Who is involved? There are always BJP and RSS workers who have been behind this, and they have been wedded.
The basics here is that if you are so keen on communal harmony,
that these are only RSS and BJP workers who have been found to be doing this. They have been instigating violence all across for the last 11 years. Though every political party who's been in power is responsible for this communal clashes.
This happens every single year. Condemn the incident. Condemn the incident that has led us to this situation. Condemn the fact. Condemn it. That's it. It's as simple as that. The Hindus it's not as if people don't have work, that they're congregating in hordes. It's not they don't have businesses to build. The reason they are on the street is because there is a threat.
Minorities. What do you make me understand by Hindu unity?
I'm saying this again and again. If you're going to point fingers at the BJP, none of these people are traditional BJP voters. The reason they are angry is because Hindus are being targeted. These are your Congress voters. These are people who are saying we don't want to do this anymore. We don't want to be told where to walk, where not to walk during our festivals. We don't want women to be harassed. And sir, it might be in Kannada, but I will still share it with you with the translation. Women from the Muslim community saying that what happened, the stone pelting was not wrong because loud music for the Ganesha procession was being played in front of the masjid during Azan time. What is this contradiction we are living in? Do not use clickbait. In the country, do not use these clickbait terms if you do not have the guts to face reality.
We must just remember one thing here.
I will make you talk to a few of these women.
Surabhi, you are asking us to condemn violence.
Experiences is of being
my answer to your
condemn the disrespect.
My answer to your condemn violence question is,
condemn the disrespect.
We are celebrating Hindu-Muslim unity all across since independence. We are celebrating Hindu-Muslim unity. Now, why is the need to condemn violence? Because it is the project, it is the monopoly of the RSS BJP to instigate people, because this is how they are completing 100 years.
No, but where is the instigation here? First of all, this is not a RSS organized event, it is a Hindu show of strength.
To unite, But Hindus never united against Muslims.
Rashmi.
Procession.
Where is
Rashmi.
the BJP and the RSS? Why are you just trying to vilify the entire Hindu community by trying to bring in political organizations into this debate?
You need to
The BJP is not in power in that region.
RSS because they are
Can you bring yourself to condemn Congress for letting go of PFI activists without a trial? Can you condemn the Congress government for letting go of stone pelters? Thousands of stone pelters without a trial against the suggestions by the police, the chief of police of Karnataka. They are the people who are responsible for this violence. They are the ones who instigated the violence. You want to know who instigated the violence? It is the stone pelters who were released by the Karnataka Congress government who are emboldened.
Atikur, are you not proud? Are you not proud, Atikur?
To condemn the stone pelters.
Just a question to Atikur here.
Condemn the government.
Yes, I said it.
Atikur, a minute, let me speak. Atikur, let me speak. Sushil Pandit also on. Sushil and Rashmi. 1 minute. Atikur, are you not proud?
Always we have
can you be quiet and listen to my point, please?
Yes.
Atikur, can we have Rahul and Sushil on the left? Are you not proud? I ask tonight. That the response to can you be quiet and listen? Do you have the patience to listen? Has anyone told you that you need to listen as well?
Sure.
The point is, are you not proud? I have given a whole series of incidents where Hindus have been attacked. Now let me turn it around. And let me ask you people that if instead of Hindus, Muslims had been attacked in Ghodtamba, Jharkhand, if Muslims had been attacked in Ludhiana, Punjab, if Muslims had been attacked in Unnao, Uttar Pradesh, Sahnaura, Bihar, Gaya, Bihar, Aligarh Muslim University campus, Jalesar, Etah, Uttar Pradesh, Varanasi, Anaipur, Bareilly, Murshidabad, if all of these incidents that I'm relating to you were attacks on the Muslim community, and if Muslim religious processions had been targeted, and Muslim religious processions would have been stoned, and Muslim religious feelings would have been hurt, oh my God, by now what would have happened? Sartan se juda, sartan se juda. Now, what I'm proud about, actually, Atik, is one, I am proud that there has been a peaceful show of strength to the repeated acts of violence.
Very true. Very true.
Right, Rahul? It's the most peaceful Sanatani show of strength.
See, just one point. That is the
people who think that Hindus will crumble, they will not.
See, no, we have gone to the correct middle path. There is show of strength, there is no violence, there is peaceful protest, but there is a strong protest. This is the golden middle line or Madhya Marga that we should definitely adopt. See, it is our nation means it is Hindu, Muslim, everybody's nation, but Hindu majority is here. So if Hindu majority has a grievance, they should come out and protest. I am a person who has Mahatma Gandhi's tattoo on my hand. Mahatma Gandhi, Vivekananda all believed in this idea of Hindu India. And just one thing, I don't belong to RSS, but please let us not do away with this lie that RSS killed Mahatma Gandhi. It is absolutely untrue. RSS people even have Mahatma Gandhi in their Pratasmarana, and people like Mohan Bhagavatji, Modi ji have always lauded Mahatma Gandhi. So let that record be set straight. No, and just one line, sir, one last line. Hindu unity is not against Muslims. Hindu unity is for ourselves, not against Muslims, not against any other community. Hindu unity means we have to be organically united for our own well-being and for the national well-being. The idea of Hindu unity is not antithetical to Muslim community. Idea of Hindu unity is complementary to Indian unity.
And their genesis is a disunited India. They have collaborated with the powers that be in the British times.
Hindu unity
they have never been in the freedom struggle of India. They have never been freedom fighters, Rahul.
Please do not pass great judgment. And do not use every opportunity to do RSS bashing. Listen, the RSS is also here to stay. It is a vast, large socio-cultural organization. We should all be proud of the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh. But Sushil, they are moving away from the moot point. Of course, we are proud of the RSS. What would India be without the humanitarian work and the cultural work that the RSS is doing all over? And if there is Hindu unity, why does it disturb you? Sushil, my point is the assertion of Hindu unity, why does it disturb people like Atik so much? It's a reality you'll have to deal with.
I'll tell you why. Arnab, I have a very clear understanding of why they are allergic to the signs of Hindu unity. They trade on our weaknesses. They trade on our divisions. They profit from it.
Mind your
They
words.
try to
Mr. Sushil
split open
Pandit,
these
mind your
cleavages
words.
in order
Hindutva
to
unity is
create,
problematic.
construct their
Vivek.
power
India.
projects. They
Hindutva
are
unity
actually
is problematic
invested
to the
hugely
ethos
in dividing
of the
Hindus.
preamble of
So
our
any sign
constitution.
of Hindu unity,
Because we are
any sign of
primarily,
organized Hindu
and
resistance,
preamble says that we
is
are a
anathema to
single
them.
nation.
They
If
always
you
profit
say
from
that
Hindu
only
divisions,
the RSS
caste
and
divisions,
BJP has the
Hindu
monopoly
disunity.
on Hinduism,
Their political
you are damn
equations,
wrong.
One minute. Sushil
You are
Loud.
damn
Sushil
wrong.
Loud. Show YouTube.
You don't have any
That the RSS is one of the
right to
largest
protect
voluntary organizations in the world that has done more humanitarian work in this country in the past 100 years than your fingers can count. Whenever there's a natural disaster, RSS is the first ones on the ground distributing relief. On Sharat Purnima, they celebrated by distributing food and they felt it upon. They have never once retaliated to the violence that they have faced. They've been shot, they've been mauled, they've been killed for their humanitarian work. And you choose to disgrace them just because you have hatred against everything that they represent. They have a right to operate within this country and to whatever socio-cultural ideology that they seek to, as long as their voluntary work touches each and every citizen of this country and the world. And for the past 100 years, that's exactly what they've done. Just because you choose to vilify them, that does not change the reality of what the RSS is to this country.
Majority versus the minority, so Hindu unity is not in national interest.
Majority versus minority.
Surabhi, on that question, Surabhi. Surabhi on the left.
The main concern that you have for communal unity, you should have had it and preempted it when you know that stone pelting has been happening regularly against Hindu religious festivals. Do not tell me BJP, RSS in Bangladesh during Durga festival when there's stone pelting, there's no BJP, RSS over there. There is a problem that we have to reckon with. There is a state issue as well, because the party in power here in Karnataka has continuously won elections on the basis of appeasement politics. This is a problem that we have to contend with. What we are seeing here today is a community that is coming out and saying enough is enough. Arnab, if this has happened regularly and there is a pattern, who is state intelligence under? Who isn't supposed to be in charge of law and order? Which is the state government sitting here and saying, no, we won't do anything because these are our brothers? There is a complicit activity happening from the state. This is state-sponsored. Therefore, and there are MLAs from the Congress who have, by the way, have not even said a word to say whether it was Suhas Shetty case, whether there were cases in Dharmasthala. All of this, there has been a clear pattern against the majority community. Do not preach communal harmony for me. When you slap me on one cheek and then say communal harmony, no. That is not how it works. If you're truly interested, I say this again, dare the panelists to say this again. If you truly are interested in a stronger nation, call out and say stone pelting. The video that I told you about, Arnab, two young kids, merely 5 years old, spitting on a Ganesha idol. It breaks my heart to say this. This is the visuals we've seen. If one community is saying this is provoking, obviously this is what's going to happen, a peaceful show of strength. Anger. Let us try to be reasonable and say, condemn any sort of violent activities, condemn stone pelting. The incident when it happened, a Dalit MLA was inside his house and stone pelters, about 500 of them came and trashed his house for making one comment against a particular religion. This was a Congress MLA. Please, sir, see the pattern. It is in front of you.
We must all come together and condemn this continuous acts of violence against the Hindu community. The peaceful show of strength is only an indication of the anger and frustration among the Hindu community. We must be proud of the peaceful show of strength, and there is nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go full frame to the visuals from Mandya, and remember once again, nobody planned this grand procession, but people have come together and said, we are Hindus, we are peaceful, and we are not happy with the continuous attack on our feelings and our gods. Ladies and gentlemen, if this is a secular democracy, this show of strength, the peaceful one, is completely legitimate. I shall see you tomorrow. Good night and goodbye.
Arnab will be right back with the debate.